All right. So if you dislike the scales, then this is for you. All right. Now today, I just want to kind of explain or help you understand a little bit more about the scales and how weight fluctuations kind of occur, and really just bolster your understanding around that to improve your relationship with the scales. Okay, so again, if you strongly dislike the scales, then this live video is for you. Okay, now as you can see over here, we've got a graph. We're going to make that a little bit bigger in a minute so you can kind of read what's going on over there. Now, if you're watching me live right now, comment live down below. If you're watching me on the replay at some point in the future, like most of you probably will be, comment replay down below. Okay, so let's get this a bit bigger. Now, this is Naomi, one of the ladies that we currently work with inside of our inside of the Diabetic Inner Circle, which is one of our one-to-one coaching programs. Okay, now Naomi has decided to input her weight pretty much, every day, give or take, every day into our coaching app. And that's given us this graph that you can see on the right. Okay. Now, the graph starts at the start of November and obviously takes us through till today. And over that period, Naomi has lost just under 20 pounds. Okay. Just under 20 pounds. We are in the next this month we're going to be getting pretty close to seeing the 160s on the scales, which is really exciting now because Naomi has input her weight rather quite consistently into the app. You can see more kind of admissions into this, or more what's the word I'm looking for, more admissions of data then, let's just say. Okay, so as you can see, this line is not one straight line. Okay, it is not linear in any way, shape, or form. This line obviously trends downwards, of course, but there are lots of ups. Okay, there's an up here, there's a very steep down, and there's another up, and there's down, there's a plateau, and there's down, there's a loss, and there's a big increase, and there's another decrease, and there's these plateaus and increases everywhere. I mean, here's Christmas right here. Here's a gap between Christmas and kind of New Year here. And as you can see, between this period, there wasn't an awful lot of weight loss, but that doesn't mean there wasn't any fat loss. Okay, because after that, you can see once the water had kind of dispensed, that you could then see a big quick drop here. And that's not because Naomi all of a sudden lost more body fat this week. The body fat which is being shown here was actually lost over this whole period. It's just it was being masked by water weight. Okay, because throughout this process, Naomi has been in a consistent calorie deficit. Okay, she has consumed less calories than what our body expends consistently. Okay, now if you are in a calorie deficit, it is physically impossible to store body fat. Okay, if you are in a calorie deficit, it is physically impossible to store body fat. So how on earth then have we got these big inconsistencies, these big increases, these big fluctuations in body weight? Every single one of these increases that you see on this line is water. Every single one of these sharp little increases is water. And that water comes from varying levels of hydration. If you consume 80 ounces of water every day over the next 2 days, and then consume 20 ounces of water the following 2 days, there is going to be a massive discrepancy in body weight. Okay, varying levels of hydration has a huge influence on body weight on the scales. Okay, we've got sodium. If you go out for, let's say, a Chinese meal tonight, typically high in sodium. If you go out for a Chinese meal tonight that is high in sodium, typically, chances are you are going to weigh more tomorrow, but it's just water. Okay, next, we've got the menstrual cycle. specifically during the luteal phase of your menstrual cycle. Okay, so the final week or so is when you experience a lot of water gain due to huge fluctuations in hormones, and that is just one example. Okay, even if you no longer have a menstrual cycle, you still have these hormones present that fluctuate, have peaks and troughs that are going to influence your body weight. Okay, so we've got varying levels of hydration, we've got sodium, we've got hormones, and last but not least, we've got carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates are stored in your muscle tissue and liver as glycogen. Okay, as glycogen, not as body fat. Carbohydrates do not get stored as body fat, or no considerable amount. Okay, you will never consume so many carbs that you gain body fat, any noticeable amount of body fat. That's a myth. Okay, however, if you consume a lot of carbohydrates, you will gain body weight. Okay, and that is because for every 1 gram of glycogen you store from carbohydrates, you store 3 grams of water with it. Okay, so if all of you ladies went keto for the next week, 20 grams of carbs every day, you would drop a lot of weight very, very quickly. Not much of that is going to be body fat. 90% of that is going to be water weight that you have dropped because you've depleted your glycogen stores and therefore dropped a bunch of water with it. Okay, dropped a bunch of water with it. So, like I said, every single one of these, increases that you see on this line is simply water weight from any of those places we just mentioned. Plus, there would be some more, but I don't want to give you a list of 10 things to really overcomplicate this. Okay, so the first thing is fluctuations. Sorry, let me get my words out. Fluctuations in body weight is incredibly normal. Not only is it normal, it is unavoidable. It is unavoidable. Okay, now this period here between Christmas and the 6th of January, it looked like Naomi didn't make much progress this week. But if you look at her food diary, you would see that Naomi's has been in a consistent calorie deficit. It is physically impossible through this period for Naomi not to have made significant progress in terms of fat loss. Just because the scales don't move downwards does not mean that you are not making progress in regards to fat loss. Okay, this water weight that we've been talking about, this could go on for a week or two. Okay, now in a 1 week period, any of you ladies can lose 1 to 2 pounds of body fat in a 1 week period. Okay, 1 to 2 pounds of body fat. However, you can gain 2 to 5 pounds of water weight overnight. Therefore, you can see how easy, how simple, how common it is for fat loss progress to be masked by water weight on the scales. Okay. Now, for Naomi to get this incredible, success, this progress that you can see right here, Naomi hasn't been perfect. She's been far from it. She hasn't been perfect. None of the ladies we coach are perfect. That is an unrealistic expectation. Okay. Naomi hasn't hit, 6, 7, 8,000 steps every single day. Naomi has done well with steps, but she hasn't hit, steps every single day throughout this entire period. Naomi has still been eating her normal favorite foods. If you were to ask Naomi, have you been on a diet? She would say, absolutely not. She's been eating her normal favorite foods, and this is the weight loss progress that she has seen over this period, including Christmas. Okay, so it is achievable. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to cut out all of your normal favorite foods. You don't have to go on a diet. This can be enjoyable. This can be sustainable. Okay, this can be enjoyable. This can be sustainable. It's about a lifestyle change. It's about a lifestyle change. Okay, does that make sense, ladies? Does everything we've covered make sense? If it does, comment makes sense down below. If you've got any questions, any concerns, anything like that, please do comment those down below. Please do, and I don't want you to leave any more confused than when you came. All right. Listen, I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Okay, I'll be doing another video at some. I'll be doing another 2 videos this week, so look out for those. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic Monday, you ladies that are watching this today, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care.